we're going to be talking right now with Jeffrey Folmer, and he is the director. He's the new director.
That's right.
Brandon, and you've got a great background too, so that you've brought a lot to the Albany Pine Bush Preserve Center, because it is a discovery center.
Yes, the Discovery Center is part of the Albany Pine Bush Preserve.
Yeah, tell us what's going on there.
Well, the Albany Pine Bush Preserve is a real treasure right here in the Capital Region. A lot of people don't realize we have this globally rare ecosystem right in the middle of Albany and Guilderland Colony, and
it's large.
It's large. It is. It's 3,200 acres.
Yeah.
The management plan has a goal of 5,380 acres of protected preserve. And it is globally rare in the sense that this ecosystem is one of only 20 inland pine barrens ecosystems left in the entire world, and this is considered the best remaining example. So people are really surprised to hear that that's right here. We have 18 miles of trails, and a commission was set up to manage and preserve this area for ecological and recreational and educational benefits. And the Discovery Center, which is what I'm the director of, is considered the gateway to the preserve. It's where people can come and learn all about the preserve in engaging and exciting ways, and it's great for kids. And I always tell the parents that the kids are going to love it, but I think the parents are going to love it just as much.
Well, the amazing thing is, because I do get the calendar every month, which maybe twice a month, sometimes they update it.
Yeah.
And there is something going on now. You've got one coming up called the Brain, instead of the walking around,
You tell me. We have so many programs.
They said put your brain on hold and get out there and walk. That's one of your programs.
Yeah.
I just saw that in the paper today, actually.
Yeah.
So you have a number of events. You have hikes. You have, we've been there to learn about the coyotes. Coyotes. And so we attend some of your programs. So there's just so much going on.
There really is. We have programs all throughout the year, and just chock full of a schedule for kids, for adults, for school groups, for scouts. There are evening programs. There are evening hikes.
You have movies sometimes.
They're inside. Yeah, we have programs inside where we have speakers, and occasionally we have a movie or some special guest or somebody coming in. And again, we do this all year round. So and one of our goals is to keep these very affordable. So the great thing about the Discovery Center itself and the Albany Pine Bush Preserve, if you want to venture out onto the trails, is it's all free. The programs are $3 per kid.
They're very minimal, and
for
a whole family.
So we do try to make it very affordable, especially in these tough times.
Yeah, and it's I brought my grandson there because he loves snakes, and you did a whole program of snakes, and we just really had a great time with that one too.
And we do have a couple of live critters there. We have a couple of turtles, and we're actually working on. We've had snakes in the past, but we're working on bringing a couple of other animals in so that people can. The Discovery Center is a state-of-the-art interactive museum. And it's again fairly new. A lot of people go by it. We have a brand new, beautiful sign. That,
used to be CEFCU, the old CEFCU building,
and a lot of people still remember that.
Yeah.
But one of my goals as the new director is to get the word out and let people know that we exist and who haven't come into the building to come in and learn about the pine bush.
We've got some photos. Oh, there we are. He's got some photos up there. Yeah,
those are working great.
As we were talking, we might not have noticed that they were up there.
So some of the things that we're seeing here are some of the animals that live on the Pine Bush Preserve, and if we started at the beginning because we were talking and not looking. There probably were some images of the Discovery Center itself, and we also do a couple of large events every year. We just had our Lupin Festival.
I know you did.
And the lupin, so I think there's some photos of that. The lupin is a really critical plant species to the area because the Albany Pine Bush Preserve was formed by a glacial lake. There's probably an image of that will come up about 12 to 15,000 years ago. It was formed by a lake that was from meltwater from the glaciers, and after thousands of years, there was this large, maybe 25,000 acre area of sandy soil that built up and was blown by wind into dunes. And so it's a very unique ecosystem with pitch pine and scrub oak and these lupin and other species, of course.
It has to do with the new Carter butterfly,
and
too.
The lupin only grows in areas that are open, sandy, and sunny. And so fire is a very important part of the Pine Bush Preserve, and we could talk about that in a moment, maybe, about managing fire to burn out sort of these areas, and then the lupin grows back up.
Yeah.
And the Carter blue butterfly, which you just mentioned, is a federally endangered species, which the caterpillar only eats lupin. So there's this really important
symbiotic relationship
between these species.
So. It's so important to preserve all of that, and I guess that's why it's a preserve, right?
It's important for so many reasons. We have 45 species of greatest conservation need in addition to the endangered Carner blue butterfly. But again, the purposes are ecological, educational, recreational. We do have these 18 miles of trails. We certainly don't want millions of people through the trails because we're trying to, manage and preserve them properly. So sort of the way we're designed is for people to come to the Discovery Center, learn all about it. We have a very, very easy trail for kids.
And you have trailheads in different areas, don't you?
We do. And right outside the Discovery Center is a very simple little loop that handicap accessible and great for kids. Yeah. Then there's another mile or so trail that's closer, and then beyond that we have the 18 miles of trails all through the Discovery Center. And there's hiking, fishing, we do allow hunting, so there's all sorts of recreational opportunities.
So take a vacation locally.
Absolutely.
And come visit the Fine Bush.
And I think that this is a destination, there's lots to do in the Albany region, and this is one of I think the jewels in the crown that people don't quite realize is there. And again, from an educational standpoint, I was talking about fire a moment ago.
You do a burn.
Well, we have prescribed burns,
yeah.
and it's very important because this helps to manage the ecosystem the way it was meant and designed by nature.
By nature, because there'd be lightning and it would start a fire and it would burn out and then it would come back.
And also we have a very rich history. So there were indigenous people who also had fire. There's the area, as you know, it goes back to colonial times. So we embrace that at the Discovery Center. We have artifacts and things and exhibits that teach people about the history and culture. And they also managed fire to some degree. It was only about the last 60 years that we started suppressing fire, and that actually can cause greater problems because then you get species that grow.
Exactly.
That
and
when
it
you
gets
get
rid
a
of
fire,
the insects. It gets rid of a lot of things that kind of needs a little bit curbing, and then it comes back
that's right.
again.
So by managing fire, we actually can prevent larger, potentially dangerous fires.
Well, you can learn more about the Discovery Center. You can learn more about the Albany Pine Bush Preserve. And take a local vacation and go over to the Pine Bush and take a hike and learn lots of things. And if you're homeschooling your kids, this should be on your radar.
Great opportunities for people to volunteer too. We have kids who volunteer, we have adults who volunteer. There's all different, and that could be inside at the Discovery Center or out on the trails.
And we
lots
have,
of different.
I think we put your website up on the state of the thing.
Well, it's albanypinebush.org. It's easy.
Easy to see, and just go. There it is. Go out,
Great.
check it out, and go up there and talk to the people that run it, and they will tell you how you can help. Thank you so much for being here, and welcome to the area.
Thank you.
So nice to meet you, Jeffrey.
Okay, great.
Good.